Here.
You. Tabir, did you see my email? Did you watch your video? It was sideways.
Everyone sideways.
You still have some time. I mean, I didn't file final grades, but I couldn't grade it sideways. That's why. Why was it sideways and hers wasn't?
Yes. What? I have it right there.
Maha, did you do your shield yet? Did you do your Yvonne shield? The custom light?
I'll ask him if we should wait. Should we wait for a couple more people?
No, we're going to start right at 7. Yeah. Christine, can you close the door, please? What group number is this?
I think we were 4.
You're 4? Okay.
Yeah, I think we were 4.
Okay. And who's the chair, Matt?
Yes, and then Alexis is the
What's up, guys? Oh my god. I won't tell them later. Okay, it's fine. You know what? I'm not a grammar teacher at this point, whatever.
Yeah, we can go ahead.
All right.
Just keep the attendance circulating, folks.
Did you guys take a ticket? Gotta take a ticket. I made them for a reason. All right. So, good morning, everyone. Welcome to Hostess Factories. How many of you have ever enjoyed a snack from Hostess before? All right, fabulous, fabulous, great. I know I have, and smelling that mouth-watering cake smell in the morning is really making me crave one right now. So, today I will be talking about the general overview of Hostess, like the origin, who invented it, just interesting stuff like that before we really go into the aspects of Hostess as a general company. So, after I'm done, I'm going to yield to Alexis, who is going to be speaking about the rise of the Hostess company. She will then yield to Matt, who is going to be discussing the specs of the Hostess company. Matt will then yield to Michelle, who is discussing the fall of Hostess. She will then yield to Floria, who is discussing the rebirth. And then Floria will yield to Sinai, who is basically wrapping everything up. And at the very end, there's a fun trivia game to really get the audience involved. And also, if you could be so kind as to fill out your survey, that would be great. You could put a little heart next to it because we're going to try to tie into the logos on there. So just let us know what you think, what your favorite is. If you don't have one, just put at the bottom, no, I don't like it, whatever, it's gross. And let us begin. So, quick video just to show you what the commercials were like all the way in 1982.
Great big taste to go, go, go. Great big taste from Hostess. Got a cupcake in my hand, wheels at my feet. Chocolate cake and jelly, my favorite treat. From Hostess. Me and my Twinkies take a super well done. Sponge cake and filling with a taste of its own. From Hostess. Not like fruit pie, special to me. It's filled with real fruit, tastes great, you'll see. Great big taste to go, go, go. From Hostess.
All right, so let's just dive right into this. The brand name, the origin, and the location. So Hostess owns several bakeries across the United States. They produce snack cakes under the Hostess and Dolly Madison brand name. It's very important to know that because you always want to know who your brand is. This brand history dates all the way back to 1919. So that's a really long time if you really put it into retrospect. When you think of Hostess, you think of Twinkies. Well, actually, Twinkies weren't the first thing that was invented. The first thing that came out were cupcakes. But the thing that really took off and sold into its own market and really grew it as a brand itself was the Twinkie. So that's why it's known as Hostess Twinkies. It's like the main thing that really brought them the cash. The main and last important point of this is its headquarters is in Kansas City. So that's what we're trying to vibe with today. Okay. So you're wondering who created Hostess and a little bit of history behind this company. So who is he? Jimmy Dewar is his name. This guy invented Twinkies, and he started off as a regular delivery boy. So at 2 for a nickel, this basically the whole concept of it skyrocketed. It was popular, it was convenient, quick, easy, and it's became one of the best-selling snack cakes America knows. They have been here since, again, 1919. I'm going to be saying that. Remember certain points for the trivia game, helping you guys out a little bit. And this just became an American icon. So today they're known for a bunch of classic treats like ding dongs, ho-hos, donuts, fruit pies, in addition to Twinkies and cupcakes. Basically, in the summer of 1995, Interstate Baking Corporations acquired Continental Baking Company. So that's when the brand really started to take off and grow and manifest into its own company. The reason why they call it Twinkies, this point I just found very interesting, is because Jimmy Dewar liked twinkle toe shoes. Like, he thought that was a really cool just company. He liked, he was a delivery boy. He was trying to get his hands into a bunch of different things. So this is what inspired his whole shortcake Twinkie icon. That's where he really got the name from. So the company, again, they're located in Georgia, Kansas, Indianapolis, Indiana, and they're distributing throughout the entire world. So they're well known, they're still growing, Twinkies is still around, and basically, now that I informed you all about Hostess and the brand, let me yield to Alexis, who is going to discuss the rise of the Hostess brand and how they built this great empire that they still stand by today.
So what I'll be playing for you first is a commercial from 1996, which shows the Hostess's beloved Twinkie, and this is what they used to advertise it in that year.
Cream filling. Now that's the stuff. Hostess.
Now that I have shown you what Hostess used to advertise their beloved Twinkie, let me tell you about the initial rise of the company, as well as some of their iconic tasty products. So first, Continental Baking Company. In 1921, William Ward took over his grandfather's company and he renamed it. He wanted to sell snack cakes with his bread. They were one of the first companies to start producing bread, and they had offices in New Jersey and Hoboken, but the company was actually based out of New York. And Interstate Baking Corporation acquired Continental Baking Company in the year of 1995 for $330 million and 16.9 million shares. After many mergers, it quickly became the 5th largest bakery in the United States. And finally, how Hostess got its name. In 2004, IBC filed for bankruptcy and closed 9 of its 54 stores and 300 of its storefronts. November 2nd, 2009, IBC was recovered from bankruptcy and changed its name to Hostess Brands, which is the name that we all love and know. After all of these many mergers between Interstate Bakeries Corp. And Continental Baking Company, that is really how Hostess Brands got its rise and became so popular after all of those mergers. So, different Hostess products. The cupcake was created in 1919. Beautiful inside and out. Signature squiggles of icing in the cream core center. Chocolate, orange, and red velvet flavors. Second, Wonder Bread. It was created in 1921. And although it was created in 1921, it didn't really become that popular until 1930 when they made the pre-sliced loaf. And Twinkies, the one that we all love and know. The snack cake Golden Child. It was created in 1930 by Jimmy Dewar in Schiller Park, Illinois. There are 500 million of these sold each year. More Hostess products, donuts. Round and round they go. Created in the 1930s during the Great Depression as a cheap snack for families. There are sweet rings of beauty that come in a wide variety of flavors. They come in powdered sugar, chocolate, frosted, glazed, double chocolate, crunched, and maple glazed. Snowballs. They were created in 1947 after the flour and sugar rationing ended in World War II. They have a marshmallow outside with a cakey and cream-filled center. And ho-hos, in case you didn't know. So sweet that they had to be named twice. They were actually created in San Francisco in 1967, and in 1999, that's when Hostess did a playoff on the ho-hos, and that's how they became so popular. They are flat so they don't roll away, and they have a cream-filled center with rolled cake, and they're covered in chocolate. Ding dongs. The king of cakes is at your door. Cream-filled chocolate cake. And Hostess began marketing these in 1967. They used King Ding Dong as their mascot to market this product. Fruit pies. Because a true magician reveals no secrets. They used a magician as their mascot from 1973 to 2006 when the magician was dismissed. And the magician as their mascot also inspired their logo for the product, which was on all of the outside of the boxes. And lastly, Zingers. With a name like Zingers, you'd be surprised how sweet they are. Zingers quickly became popular, and they were originally sold under the Dolly Madison, which was a branch of Hostess, and they used peanuts to market this product. Since becoming so popular, they did a bunch of special edition Zingers. So they did one for Teenage Ninja Mutant Turtles, which had a green inside and then it was covered. And then they did one for a show called One Piece, which is a show that actually was made and played in Japan. And for that one, they had a purple inside, and that was very popular then. Now that I have told you about the history of Hostess brand and their iconic tasty treats, let me yield to Matt, who will guide you through the company's specs and issues.
Hello everyone, so again, I'm here to talk about the company's specs, information, and issues. So what this entails is the employees, the reviews, and outside work. Now if you look in the next slide, we're going to see a short video on some of the employees on strike.
Well, thousands of Hostess Brands employees, including workers in Kansas, have gone on strike in a contract dispute with the bankrupt company.
A strike that both sides admit could lead to the company closing. Lisa Benson has more.
The Bakery, Confectionery, and Tobacco Workers Union represents about 6,600 people nationwide. But what happens on this picket line could very well affect Hostess employees throughout the nation.
I'm not used to fighting for my money, and I guess that's what it's come down to.
So now that you saw some of the employees on strike, let me explain to you why they're on strike. Next slide, please. So around 79% of Hostess workers were members of the union. And after the Hostess reached the stage where it was filed for bankruptcy, 18,500 workers will lose their jobs. Hostess decided not to hire any old employees, or at least numbers that correlated to the numbers before the bankruptcy. And without unions backing them, any future employees will have an uphill battle. Hostess collected $4.25 an hour from their workers' paychecks from their Baker's pension fund. And the Hostess company refused to give any of that money back. So this is a quote by CNN that they decided that they were not going to agree to another round about wage and benefit cuts and give up their pension only to see yet another management fail. So the Hostess employees were not too fond of the Hostess Baking Company. So in the next slide, not only are the employees upset with them, they're not BBB accredited. So what the BBB is an acronym for the Better Business Bureau, which includes all the possibilities, which includes a commitment to make a good faith effort to resolve any consumer complaint. So basically what that means is that the customer service sector is not the best it can be. And when that happens, the Hostess Baking Company can lose business to other companies with a better customer service sector. The low reviews and ratings a product has will ultimately reflect how the business is done as a whole. Now, on top of that, Hostess Baking Company does not contribute to charity or education. Many popular and successful companies contribute to charity and education, such as Lowe's, Kohl's,